Good morning. I always got to come and dance. Love to dance. Welcome to Monday. It is July 26th. Can you believe it? The last week in July. Wow. Oh my God. OMG. Yes. So we are here. You are at the Diamond Factor Experience Show with Barbara Beckley and experts and guests. I always say that because as I always want to let everybody know, collaboration kills competition. Collaboration kills competition. And that's why I love bringing on these experts that are part of this show. I love bringing on the guests that come on that just really just pours their heart out. I mean, they tell you their stories, and then they just tell you where they're at. I mean, I have CEOs coming on and, just speakers and authors and all these people that's doing so much for the world and bring such a big impact for others. It just warms my heart. Every time I bring somebody on, either be my experts or the special guest, I always tell them that you give me a gift. You give me a gift every single time that somebody comes on this show. Because first of all, they didn't have to do it, okay? Second of all, they're just awesome. And third, I'm selfish and I like the gift. So there. Sometimes you gotta be a little selfish, okay? So those are my gifts. The Marty, the Berries, the Lauras. Now we're going to have somebody coming on new next week, Regina, and I'll get a little of that later. And then we got Barbara, the BBs on Tuesday. It makes up the Diamond Factor Experience Show. So I want to say, I thought this would be appropriate because, I always give something, some kind of positive, something to think about during the day, especially on a Monday, because I know some people are still trying to get through that. Oh, it's Monday. we're gonna nick that. Happiness is possible when you choose it. When you choose it. That's the biggest thing. And it even has it in bold here. When you choose it, you can be happy all the time. Okay. I know you're like, really? As long as you are happy with what you already have. Happiness tends to come and go through time as our egos allow it to. With your ego out of the way, happiness is yours at any moment. Sadly, at times, external events get in our way of happiness. Okay, we're real here. Things such as illness, a death, or any tragedy that we see on the news are all stoppers to our happiness. This is part of the human experience. Okay, it is normal to be unhappy with such events. The tragic part is when we allow these events. Okay, here's the kicker. When we allow these events to stop your happiness for years and years and years and years to come. Today, choose to be happy knowing you cannot control everything or anything in life at times. So you have to choose. It's not so much of people saying, okay, put a happy face on. You should be happy. Come on, it's money. It's happy. Like I'm saying, I know Marty says too. But you have to choose and say, you know what? I'm not going to let this deter me from moving forth in what I need to do. I'm not going to let it deter me from not feeling happy for this day or this hour, because I keep telling people, time is of the essence. We have to enjoy each and every second. I'm not even going to say minute or hour anymore, second of the day. I enjoy coming on every day to this show. I mean, if no one's looking at me, I don't care. Because I hope I'm bringing an impact to somebody that might just come along and see the video or see the replay or whatever you want to call it, and they get something out of it. And I feel like everybody else that comes on does the same thing. We want to give you value. What does it look like? I got a sad face on every time. That ain't going to do nothing. It's going to make you be like, okay, I want to see that show. She looks like she's pissed off all the time. No. And most of the times you can't do nothing about it anyway. Either you do something about it if you can, or if you have no control over it, you just keep moving and do something different, make a revision, what have you. So always say that you could choose to be happy. And with that, we're going to start the show. We are going to start now. Now, I know people are probably wondering why, okay, Marty just comes on and say, hey. and why people are like, well, why is Barbara up there?
Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning, Mr. Master Happiness himself. So I give you virtual hugs.
Right back at you.
So before Marty come and do his thing, as we announced last week, this is going to be Marty's. I hate to say this. I'm about to cry now.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I feel like all of a sudden the emotion just started. This is going to be Marty's last show under this Diamond Factor experience with Barbara Beckley. And I just wanted to come on real quickly to let Marty know in front of everybody that I truly, 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 truly adore you. I love you. And I appreciate everything that you've done under the Diamond Factor. And just for me, period. I mean, you always put a smile on my face. You always remind us, like I was telling a minute ago, to be happy. You have that choice. And that's why I brought that in, because to me, you are the epitome of just as master happiness and being that person. So
thank you, Barbara. So much. I could sing that exact same praise about you, Barbara, without a doubt. Okay, you are the person who brings that smile to my face. I could say I'm going to miss you, but I'm going to keep watching you on the mornings. So I'm still going to see you. All right.
Thank you. I was going to ask, please still be a fan, please.
Oh, without a doubt. I love this. I love this show. I love all the experts. Every single time I watch one of your shows, I pick up something. I'm always writing notes, and I'm telling them to slow down so I can keep up with the notes. All right.
I know that. Don't you hate me? Like, ooh, slow down. Yeah, but I just want to let you. So I appreciate you. I don't want to take no more time because I want people to get that full impact. And today, Marty's going to be on a little bit longer, so you get a little bit more of Master Happiness before his last show.
Yes, so I appreciate you giving me a little extra time because I do want to send these people off well. All right. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Okay, I'm taking myself down.
All right. Bye-bye for now. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm going to take one more sip of coffee. And I hope you do the same thing. I was trying to think of a way of sending myself off. And the only way I could think of is I started every Monday the same way with a cup of coffee. And I want us to think of it this way. My cup is not empty. All right. I still have coffee in here. All right. And I don't want you to think of me leaving here as any type of an end. What it is it's time to make another fresh pot of coffee. All right. So next week, Monday, Barbara's going to have someone exciting taking this same slot. Okay. So it's the same show, just a different face you're going to see. So I really encourage you to come here all the time because you need that coffee every morning, whether I'm serving it, Barbara's serving it, or one of her many, many experts are serving it. Come here and enjoy it. Give yourself a reason to wake up every single Monday morning. So let's start this right. Good Monday morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's great. This is Monday morning. Like I always tell you, that enjoy, embrace. All right. This is the day. This is the best day of the week because we get to start all over again. All right. I truly say to this over and over again, you've got to enjoy life. Every single part of life, you've got to embrace it and enjoy it. It's up to you. It's exciting and it's exhilarating. All right. Don't let it be exhausting. All right. My show has been called You're Selling Too Hard. And it's always been about helping salespeople, marketers, business owners, event planners, etc., have fun again in promoting, selling, advertising their product or service. But it's been so much more than that. Barbara has allowed me to explore these areas, and I've realized that it grows so much larger than that because we're all salespeople, whether we want to admit it or not. We are always selling something. We are always selling ourselves, the concept of us, the idea of us, the dream that we are. If you spend the rest of your week watching every single one of Barbara's shows here on the Diamond Factor Experience, you are going to see just magic happen. You can see that some of the people here were raw diamonds and they're just glistening and glowing and gleaming as the shows progress throughout the entire week. Each one of them shares their stories, all right? And they're selling themselves because they have so much confidence within themselves. and they have so much to share with you that it's a gift that you're silly to leave it on the table. So as you can see, my background here is a game board. I view life as a game. It's something we play and we enjoy. It's there for us to enjoy. And anyone who's not enjoying it, it just breaks my heart. I wish I could reach out and give you a big hug and say, come on, life is here. You're only in the game for a short period of time. Eventually you're off the board. All right. And I want you to enjoy that game. Whether you are selling a product or a service, whether you're selling yourself, it doesn't matter. You are always, always, always selling. And if you're not having fun, you're selling too hard. So what I wanted to do is I asked Barbara, today is my last show. Is there any way, like, how can I fit so much into this spot? And she came to me and said, well, I want to expand your time. I want to give you a little extra time so you can kind of review everything we went over. And from week to week, I covered a lot of different aspects of selling and buying. And I want to use today as kind of a recap and kind of say goodbye to you people for now. And I should say not goodbye, but see you soon, because we're going to run into each other. Hopefully, Barbara's going to have me as a guest every now and then. So I'd love to pop back in there and help out, and vice versa. Some of the things that I might do in the future, I might ask Barbara to be a guest on my shows. So let's get into this on some of the things we've done. Like I've said, life is nothing but a big game. There's no starting and there's no ending. When you are trying to meet someone you care about, when you are trying to raise your children, whether you are trying to sell a product or a service, we go through this big process here, okay, where what we're doing is we're looking for leads that turn into prospects, that turn into customers, that bring us leads, that turn into prospects, that turn into customers. It goes on and on and on. And it's not just those leads, prospects, and customers for a product or service we're selling, but the ideas, the concepts, it's the things that we're teaching our children. We're picking their brains. We're having them think about these new concepts. We're convincing them to buy into those new concepts, those new ideas, those new dreams, and turn them into a regular habit. Just like we take leads and turn them into prospects and turn them into regular buying customers. We do this with every aspect of our life. Now, over the past, can you believe it? It's been 4 months. 4 months I've been on the show. And so during that time, what I've done is I've gone through and I've covered a lot of different topics. And I want to kind of cover a bunch of them. And I want to stop at a few of them that are very important and near and dear to my heart, because I want you to really just conceive or feel the same thing I've been pitching towards you. Okay, so early on, I pitched this idea. I talked about when I was a little boy, when little Marty used to run up and down the street, and I used to think I was the fastest kid in the world. Okay, I probably had, my legs were probably only about a foot long, but I trucked back and forth. And I remember running into my best friend, this older man who used to sit on his front porch all the time, Mr. Kobe, and he had his apple trees in the backyard. And we used to sit there, and he used to talk to me about apples and how inside the apple, every apple was a seed inside there. And within that seed was every single thing you needed to grow an entire orchard of apples. That concept as a little kid was just overwhelming to me, but he explained it to me in such a way that I understood it and I got it. And there is never a time in my life since then that I don't bite into a piece of fruit and look at that seed and say that everything within this apple, everything within you and me, everything within us, we have the power to build something astronomical, something astounding, something bigger than ourselves. We have that within ourselves. And just taking that seed, nurturing that seed, that dream within us, that dream within each child we see, we take that dream, we nurture it, we can grow it. All right. As a salesperson, it's the same thing. When I talk to a customer, a lead, or a prospect, and I talk to them and I plant that seed within them and I say, we've got an idea for the future. We want to create something together, a win-win, something that's going to help you in your business and something that's going to help me in my business. We plant that seed and I nurture it and I work with them and we water it and we bring sunshine. And it's an ongoing process with no beginning and no end. It's constantly going around in a circle. All right. And so you can see here, as we move through here, We search for new customers. We search for those seeds. We find their needs and their interests. We develop trust and worth and time so that they feel they want to do business with us. And then eventually we close the sale. But after closing the sale, we look for referrals. All right. We ask them, did I do a good job? Did I do everything that you wanted? And did I do more than you expected? And if so, and only if so, then refer me to somebody else. So I ask the same thing all the time. Okay, my company is masterhappiness.com. If you've gained anything out of this at all, please reach out to me. Leave me a message. Send me an email. Call me. Just tell me, yes, I got something out of this. Thank you so much, Marty. Because that's the whole process here, is you've got to take a look at what are your gifts inside. What are the seeds inside you? What are the things waiting to come out that you can share with the world? All right? Because if you don't share them with the world, what good are they? They're just sitting inside you. If you've got talents and gifts inside you that you refuse to share with other people, you're missing the boat. So I want you to share those things. Later, we talked about how do we communicate? What do the people outside want? And I always look at it, they want cake. All right. Marie Antoinette said, let them eat cake. All right. And she was onto something there. All right. The whole idea of cake is, what do people want? People want a connection. When you walk into a party, all right, and there's food all around there and there's cake, people are congregating around that table, around that cake, all right, because they want a connection. They want to be among like-minded people. As a salesperson, as a parent, as a spouse, you want to find a connection with that person and be that connection sincerely. They want affirmation. We want affirmation. We want to know that our ideas, our thoughts are correct. And we want to give that to other people because that brings us closer together. We want to give knowledge because we want to give knowledge and we want to receive knowledge. We're the type of creature that is always seeking to learn something new. It's so important to us as humans. And people want that. And so if you've got knowledge, share that knowledge. And lastly, is we want to be entertained. Okay, we want to be entertained and we want to be entertaining. All right, that's the way we keep someone's attention going. All right, whether it's flashy colors behind me, bright pictures, whether I do something silly or unexpected, whatever it comes to, if I can be entertaining while making a connection and affirming my customers' beliefs and giving them some knowledge, I will always win. And they will always win in taking that. That gets me right to here, the Ikigai, which is something I learned not too long ago. And I fell in love with the idea. I fell in love with this concept of this is what life is all about. It's finding what you love to do, finding the things you're really good at, finding what the world really needs, and finding what you can get paid for, where you can make money. If you can come up with a concept, something like that, that fills all of those areas, then you've won. You've won the game of life. All right, that's what it's about. But it doesn't end there, okay? Because what happens is once you've won, you're still on the board. You remember I told you, you don't leave the board. You've got a limited time on the board, so you just keep playing. Yeah, you've won, but you keep playing. You find that you start loving new things as you grow. You find that over time, as you learn these new things, you get good at new things. You discover that the world needs other things that you can offer. And you also discover that there's other ways of getting a reward, whether it's being paid through actual cash or just a hug from a small child. All right. A smile from a loved one. Those are ways that we get paid for these things. And I ask you to continue to keep growing like that. And I want you to remember, this is whether you are pitching a product or a service, whether you are teaching a child how to drive a nail into a piece of wood for the very first time, whether you're teaching my child someday maybe how to empty the dishwasher. Okay, whatever it is, you're following these same processes. It's got to be a win-win for both of us. And there's got to be so much within us that we can share, so much within us that we want to expand upon. We want to learn more. And those things we want to share are our gifts, the things we're really, really, really good at. Okay. And what we're really good at, our passion there, is the things that we love to do and we happen to be good at. That's how we develop our passion. Now, there's so much more to that. And I'm rushing through all of this because I've got so much to say. And I'm looking at the time going, wow, no matter how much time Barbara gave me today, I could fill it twice as, if the time was twice as big. So I'm going to keep going. What I want you to do, though, is if there's anything that I'm covering that you're saying, wow, well, you went through this kind of quick, I want to hear more. Please contact me at masterhappiness.com, The Secret. You can find me, you can connect with me, email me, call me, whatever it is. All right, what I want to do is talk to you about this, the factors of why people want to work together. All right, there's plenty of sales and marketing coaches out there that you can talk to. There are plenty of life coaches out there that you could talk to that will help you and bring you to this place you want to go. But I want you to pay attention to why you choose certain people. These are the factors. First off, there's a fondness. If you enjoy me, if you enjoy working with me, you like my smile, my way of coming to market, then great. You're fond of me. I want to be fond of you. I want to work together and see if we can click. There's an authority factor here. Do I come across as someone who is knowledgeable on it? Do you trust me on this? There's consistency when we're buying something. You notice how whenever you go to the store, you buy certain things by brand because you're happy with the brand. That's all about consistency. We buy or we make decisions based on testimonials. All right. I highly recommend that you watch the Diamond Factor show. If you believe me, then believe it when I say you will learn something every single day of the week on the Diamond Factor experience. Okay, sometimes we buy things out of scarcity when we think things are going out of stock, if it's for a limited amount of time. Now, I want you to think of that, and I want you to come to me and say, yeah, Marty, I want to work with you. Although there's not a limited amount of time, I do have time for you. Okay, but notice how marketers, sometimes what they do is they limit it and they say, while quantities last, okay, or it's this price for a short period of time. All right, I want you to think about that because I don't want you to buy emotionally. I want you to buy logically. And lastly, one of the reasons people work together or buy from each other is reciprocal. You feel like you owe something to them when they help you. All right, which is fine because, like Barbara said, we conquer competition through collaboration. I think I quoted her close enough, but you understand, we conquer competition through collaboration. So reciprocal. I help Barbara. Barbara helps me. We're going to work together to help all of you. That's what this is all about. Now, how do we do this? And this is the key to all of it. And I want you to really, really remember this. And I've said this over and over again. And I've talked about these three pieces so many times on the show. All right. And I want you to just remember this. Forget about everything else I said. Or if you forget about everything else, just remember these three things. Again, whether you are selling a product or a service, whether you are talking to your children or a loved one, or anything at all, whether you're talking to a teacher, trying to get your grade up a little bit higher, whether you're talking to your boss, trying to get a raise, it's all about need, desire, and solution. Okay. Everyone has a need and we have certain solutions. Okay. We have needs and we find people out there with solutions. But the most important thing is the desire. Do we have a desire to work with them? Okay. Did they create an atmosphere that is desirable for us to say, yes, I want to fulfill that need? Often what ends up happening is we look at it and we say, I'm not interested in filling that need right now. Okay. It's important for us to fill the need, but sometimes we just go, I'm just not ready to fill that need. It's not that important to me. And I illustrated this in one of the shows earlier, that just because I need something, okay, and just because you have the solution does not necessarily mean that I'm ready to buy from you. And think of it all the time. Sometimes we look and we say, wow, I need a car or I need a better car. And there's plenty of solutions out there for better cars. All right. But I don't have the desire to spend my hard-earned money on a better car when I can still get a couple miles out of this current one. All right. We go through this all throughout life. This happens all the time, over and over again. So I want you to think about this. The most important out of these three is the desire. Desire by far is the most important. We will always have needs. Your customers will always have needs. We will always have solutions. All right. And our customers or the vendors we seek will always have solutions. But we've got to create desire. We've got to feel desire before we say yes. All right, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of a break, give you a chance to take some notes, and Barbara's going to show some friends of the Diamond Factor experience. They've got some short messages that they want to share with you. And then don't go away, because I'm going to be right here, because we've got a lot more to cover very soon. All right. Okay, we are back. We are back. Thank you so much. And really pay attention to these sponsors that sponsor the Diamond Factor experience. All right, you're going to gain so much more from them. All right, so we just left off with me talking about needs, desires, and solutions. And I want to break that down a little bit more so you understand it. The customer has the needs and desires. The product, what you're selling, or what you're offering, is the solution. Now keep in mind, these are the things that as a marketer, as a salesperson, as a parent, as a spouse, these are the things that I have to keep in mind. There's 4 things all the time. There's the customer, the product, the competition, and me. Okay, this is the stuff I have to be very knowledgeable on. Okay, like I said, the customer, let's say it's my son and I'm trying to sell him on an idea of going out and getting a job. Let's just say that I'm trying to do that. So he's the customer. He has a need, but does he have the desire to do that? So I have to create that desire in him to say, yes, I want a better job. I want to earn money. I want to learn something and grow. And I want to be able to afford to buy the things I want. Okay, the product, okay, is the solution. The product is something like going, hey, take a look at this. I saw this place with a help wanted sign. I saw this place over here that's looking for help. I talked to somebody. They're looking for help. Those are the solutions. The competition, okay, at first you're going to think, oh yeah, the competition, other people are looking for the job. But no, the reality behind it is the competition is all the other things in his life that are pulling him away from going out and getting that job. Maybe it's, oh, there's too much on television. There's this cool video game. All my friends are getting together. I can't work. All right. Those are the competitions that are pulling him, stopping him from desiring to go and work. So as a good salesperson, what I need to do is I need to know my customer, my son. I need to know the product, what's out there. I need to know what the competition is, what's pulling him away from him buying into my idea. Okay. And lastly, I have to know, in other words, you have to know yourself. I have to know me. How am I approaching it to him? How am I pitching this idea? Am I an overbearing parent where I'm beating it down and all I'm actually doing is chasing him further away from the idea? Or am I a good parent and creating real desire within him? Okay. Now that's an example of me working with my son, but it's also an example of how you sell a product and how products are sold to you. So I want you to really pay attention to that. Any good salesman, marketer, promoter, etc., understands the customer, you. Okay. They understand the product or their solution. They understand the competition, all the other choices you have, and they understand themselves. They understand how they can come to market. Pay attention, close attention to that. All right. So, and how do they do this? How do they come to you and they say, here's what we've got. Here's how we break it down as simple as possible. First thing they do is they talk about why you need it. Okay. Why you need this whole concept in general. Then why you need my version of it. All right. It's always about the more general idea, why we need this whole idea. All right. If I was selling life coaching to you, all right, what I would do is I'm going to talk to you about why it's so important throughout life for us to have a life coach, someone we can talk to, we can share some ideas, someone, not a psychiatrist, okay, not a therapist, but somebody we can just talk about our dreams and our thoughts, okay, and just have somebody say, what is it you're trying to do? And let's see if I can help you with that through just conversation. All right, talk to you about some real life examples that you can compare yourself to. So that's why they need it. So I'm going to talk about the general idea of why you would need a life coach. Then I'm going to talk about why you need me, or my idea, my way of life coaching. And it's because I can tell you there's all kinds of things. I've shown you where I have succeeded, where I've failed. I've tripped and I've fallen. I've hurt myself. I've given up and then climbed back out of that hole. I can share those thoughts and ideas with you. What I always do is I talk to people for like 30 minutes and I say, let's see if there's a fit. Because if the experiences I have do not fit with you, then we don't make a nice fit. And maybe I'll help you find a different life coach. Okay. But this is what's important is I talk to you about the concept of getting a life coach. And then I talk to you about why you're going to work with me. And then lastly, why you need to do it now. And of course, that answer is almost always the same. You're looking now. What are you waiting for? Remember, we're on that game board for only a short period of time. Then before you know it, we roll the snake eyes and we're off the board. All right. It happens to all of us. We all leave the game board someday. We enjoy the game as much as we can, but we're all going to leave it someday. So that's why we do it now. If you're in a rut, if you're feeling low, just go out there and let's talk and let's see how we can turn that around. Let's turn that frown upside down. Start getting you to smile again. Start reminding you why you're doing it. Now, as I'm looking through this, how do I work as a life coach? I do the exact same thing as any good salesperson does. I'm going to be attentive with you. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to concentrate on what we're talking about. I'll always be open-minded, and I'm not going to judge you for the things that you do. Okay? Each one of us play the game in a slightly different way. What I'm going to do is nudge you, push you, assist you, open some doors, let you see light towards your paths of happiness. That's my job, is to help you play the game so that you can find your paths of happiness. The things that make you happy are going to be dramatically different than the things that make me happy. All right. So I'm not going to try to cookie cutter you and say, now I want you to become me. No, not at all. I'm barely good at being me. I want you to be the best that you can be, the best version of yourself. So what I do is I become a great listener. All right. And I go through these things just so I can hear what you're saying. And I allow you to listen to yourself. And together like that, we find you the right path to go so that you can turn that anger and that sadness and that fear into happiness. You can have your dreams come true. All right. When we're talking, I've always talked about salespeople and selling a product, connecting with our kids and our peers. There's a thing called Maslow's hierarchy of needs that we get into in great detail because we're humans. We all have very, very specific needs. And the more we can fulfill those needs, the more apt we are to connect with each other. And you take a look at these great, great big companies like Apple, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, etc. They're so good at understanding these needs and they fulfill those needs. So I want you as a salesperson, as a person, and you're talking to people, see how you can fulfill other people's needs. But as a consumer, I want you to look through these things and say, are they fulfilling my needs in such a way that they make me feel like I'm making an emotional, quick decision? I don't want you to do that. I want you to always make logical decisions. All right. One of the ways that they do this and they capitalize on our needs is through Aristotle, one of my favorite philosophers, over 2,000 years ago. His breakdown of ethos, pathos, and logos has been used over and over and over again. I mean, over 2,000 years ago, this guy laid this out, and professional salespeople, marketers use this over and over again. They create credibility. They share an emotional, impactful story with us so that we feel like we're connected in such a deeper way that we can't even explain. And then they close the argument with logic. All right, using this over and over again. If you understand that, if you look at that and you think about what I told you about before about needs, desires, and solution, the way that I create that desire for my product or my offering is through credibility, through emotion, and then finally a logical close so that you can't help but say no. I mean, I'm sorry, you can't help but say yes, 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 yes. All right. So with that, as I'm trying to wrap this all up, I want you to always ask yourself, what's your bacon? All right. What's your bacon? What is the thing that wakes you up in the morning? All right. For those of you who know me, they know that I'll still wake up in the morning. All right. Here I am, chipper on a Monday morning, and I'm drinking my coffee. But the thing that really wakes me up on any given day, no matter how I'm feeling, is that delicious smell of bacon. All right. I love bacon. When I hear it sizzling, where I can smell it, I levitate off the bed, float down those stairs, and I got to say, give me my bacon. All right. So I want all of you to find your bacon, that thing that just makes you jump up out of bed, want to sing and dance. I want to work with you and help you find that bacon. That's what's so important. And bacon is not just a food. Bacon is a philosophy. It's a way of thinking. It's the way of that I live my life. Bacon stands for believe in yourself, anticipate obstacles, confront your fears, observe and learn, and lastly, nudge other people to do the same thing. If it wasn't for that part, nudging other people to do the same thing, I wouldn't be here. I'd be happy sitting upstairs in my kitchen eating bacon. But no, I want to nudge you into the same direction. All right. And how do we communicate? Let's just end this really quickly. We need to communicate through clarity, connection, credibility, confidence, and close. That's the whole process. When you're talking to a salesperson or you're talking to a child, you're talking to your spouse, you are going to use all 5 of these C's. And anytime you want a further explanation of them, contact me. Like I said before, life is nothing but this big game. All right. It's called hey. All right, that's what I look at. I want you to come out bold and big and exciting. I want people to go, huh? Who is that guy? I want to do some business with him. And then finally, hey, I love working with him. That's how I want you to spend your entire life. I want people to be attracted to you. I want you to take these leads, turn them into prospects, turn them into customers that will give you referrals, that will be leads, that you can turn into prospects, that you can turn into customers, that will give you more leads and go throughout. Whether you are selling a product or a service, I don't care. Just do it and enjoy it. So I'm going to end by giving you my favorite sheet. This sheet here is my happiness worksheet. And I really, really, really want you to do this. I want you to download this sheet and use it. You can see it's a week's worth of notes. Don't get all hung up and don't get excited and say, "Oh, I'm not gonna fill out this whole thing. I'm not doing a diary. I'm not doing a journal." No. I'm talking about writing 1 or 2 words on these individual feelings that you have every single day. Okay, so this is 1 week. Do it for 3 weeks. In other words, download it, print it out 3 times. At the end of the day, just write something. What angered me today? Okay, what was I afraid of today? What saddened me today? And finally, name 3 things that made you happy. All right, that's it. Just something, 1 word thing. Okay, what angered me? I could put the dog. Okay, because there's all kinds of problems there. But I could also put the dog in what made me happy today. All right, but I want you to put 1 thing that reminds you and then rank it. Give it a number from 1 to 10. 10 being the worst, 1 being, it wasn't that big of a problem. And at the end of the week, you're going to count these and you can compare those things that made you angry, made you sad, made you fearful. You're going to compare those numbers to the things that made you happy. And if you do this every day for 3 weeks, all right, just 3 weeks, you can do it. It's not that difficult. If you do this, your mindset will change dramatically. I'm telling you, it will be incredible. So You're going to ask me, okay, Marty, how do I download this? And it's very easy. You're going to go to masterhappiness.com, The Secret, all one word, The Secret. Go there. All right, go there, download this information, and you're going to see these pictures. And under Barbara Beckley, there's a picture of a diamond. If you have been anywhere, you'll know what that diamond means. The diamond is the shortcut. Okay, you click on that. We are the only ones that know it. That form is up there for 1 week. All right, that's it. You click on that diamond, that form will come up, download it, and use it. And then get back to me. All right, contact me at masterhappiness.com, The Secret. Tell me, yeah, Marty, that has worked for me. It has changed my life. I printed out, I gave it to my husband. I printed out, I gave it to my kids. Every one of us is doing it, and I can see a positive change. All right, we all came out of this awful pandemic. We are also about to start going back to school. Okay, lives are changing. Summer's coming to an end sooner than we would like it to. And so we can feel the anxiety, the pressures of life. This form is needed more than any other time. All right, so with that, I hope that we can keep in touch. Barbara, nothing but love for you and your entire show. All right, I want all of you out there to be great purchasers and great salespeople. Barbara, I am so glad you're back.
Yes. I couldn't, I know we, said at the beginning, but I couldn't just off and then be like, okay, here's a commercial.
I think you came back because you knew if you didn't come up, I'd still be talking.
No. We still have some time, so no, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, beautiful.
No, because it's good, because I know this was your, last official show on here.
Yes.
And I'm glad that you did an overview and let people know from the beginning when you first started. And when you said 4 months, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
We've been here for 4 months.
I tell you, that whole idea of time goes fast when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife and I said, I think I've done like 5 shows. And then we looked through, I'm going, oh my God, I've done almost 20 shows. Okay. So yes, this has been such an enjoyable, and it's a great learning experience for me. So I just was able to dig into more and verbalize so many of my thoughts. So I truly appreciate and love you so much, Barbara. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
I love you too, Marty. Well, thank you for coming on every Monday, like I said, and bringing the content. I mean, I tell people it takes work. I don't care what anybody, it looks so easy when you come on and be like, hey, I'm Marty, I'm Barbara, whatever. But no, every week you want to bring the value, and you do it every week. So thank you for giving us that. I want to push again. Please go to what Marty said to get the sheet. I mean, he had them every week. I know he took them down every week, but please get this sheet, because I know it's very important to, basically put down your feelings of what you're thinking about every day. So thank you, Marty, for doing that. I want to miss that little sheet, the little diamond thing in there. That's cute.
You know what, Barbara? I will probably have that diamond hidden all over my webpage somewhere, just as a little reminder of you.
Well, thanks, Marty, so much. And again, like you said, we will be bringing you on occasionally sometimes. So this is not a goodbye. This is just see you soon.
Exactly. I love that, Barbara. All right. Thank you so much again. And thank you to the entire audience. I have had nothing but such a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, see. Well, like I said see you soon. I always don't because you never know. You never know what's going to happen in life. I always tell people, keep people with you, especially the ones that are really special. Marty's one of them special ones. And I want to make sure that, that we still collaborate. We still do things. Just because he's moving on to big adventures and being that celebrity and everything that he's going to be going. And we, sometimes just to hit on that on a serious note, when Marty was saying about, knowing your bacon, I'm always talking about knowing your PPD. It's kind of in the same category. We just market a little bit different, but it's really important to understand you and your purpose, what you're trying to do in life. That means sometimes you have to make adjustments. Sometimes you have to go different other avenues in order to get to where you're trying to go with that purpose or that bacon, as Marty says. So I know with him, he has so many different things that he's doing. And I told him, and I tell everybody on the show, especially the experts, and they can quote me on this, that I said, if you have to say, Barbara, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for being under your tutelage with the Diamond Factor, but I have to, move forward. Nothing against you, but I had to go. And I'm sitting there like, I'm your cheerleader. I'm here to support you. I'm always telling people I want to help you get visibility. If it's through me, if it's through, collaborating with somebody else, if it's through you collaborating with somebody else, whatever it is, I want you to be that influencer and grow and grow and grow, whatever you have to do. So again, Marty, I am so just happy for you. And I know you're going to lift heights. Now, the only thing I ask though, when you do get up there and making all that money and everything and doing all these, shows and all that kind of stuff, leave me a ticket at the door. Okay. Some people be like, Barbara Beckley, who? Please don't do that. I just ask, just remember me. Just remember my name. At least leave a little ticket at the door. That's all I ask. Even if you don't see me at your big show, you can at least, leave that ticket. So with that said, everybody, I want to read again what I open up with. And that is happiness is possible. You have to choose to be happy. You have to choose that. And, Mark, me and Mark, again, we're always on, especially on a Monday. Me and him really understand each other when we talk about Mondays, trying to kill that. Because there's so many people, that just, just want to say, oh, Monday, I'm getting out tired. I got to start the whole week. And it's like, start the week with the smile, with just being positive, just moving forward, say, I can get some things done. I can get on my list and start chopping down those little pieces that I have. So happiness is possible when you choose it. When you choose it. You know how I would say you can go left, you can go right? Well, go right and choose it. It's much easier too when you think about it. You can be happy be happy all the time as long as you are happy with what you already have. And think about it. Even if something's not going on right now that you've been like, well, I'm not really happy right now. You woke up. You listened to me. You listened to Marty. You started your day. That's happy right there. That's gratitude. And we need to really be grateful for that. There's a pandemic still going on still. And we're still here doing what we need to do. So let's be happy about that. As our egos allow it. With your ego out of the way, happiness is yours at any moment. Sadly, at times, external events get in our way of happiness, okay? Things such as illness, a death, or a tragedy we can see on the news are all stoppers to our happiness. So those will be our stoppers. This is part of the human experience. It is normal to be unhappy with such events. Okay, I have to say I lost last year and part of this year, I lost 13 individuals from the pandemic. Now, right now, I should be talking to a psychiatrist, to be honest with you. Some people would say that, be like, Barbara, I can't believe that you are still sitting here doing the show and talking to us about happiness. But I am, because it's a bigger picture. Because the people that passed that I knew, either friends or family, I know they would not want me to have a pity party and not move forward in life. They would want me to take the message that I have and keep moving, keep being an influencer, keep being an impactor to help others grow. Okay? Normally unhappy with such events. The tragic part is when you allow these events to stop your happiness for years to come. You stop it, and then you just, like I said, you continuously stay in that one position of not being happy. That's a no. That's why you have to keep pushing. Think of ways, find stuff, talk to somebody, listen to some nice music you like, meditate, do journaling, listen to other speakers that impact a positive impact. That will help you get to that point. Today, choose to be happy knowing you cannot control anyone or anything. We can't control anybody. I can't control if no one doesn't come on the show or not. I can't control it. All I can do is control what Barbara does. There's things that, that comes in our lives that we can't control. But we still have to move forward because we can't do it. We can't. I'm like this, if something that's out of my control, I'm like, hey, it's out of my control. Why should I get stressed about it? Why should I get upset about it? All I can do is work through it and find a way to deal with it and keep putting the smile on, because you know what? Eventually it's going to get better. It's going to get better, but you have to make that choice. Just like Marty did every Monday here, he made the choice to be Master Happiness. So again, I send my friend Marty all the blessings. And next week, starting next Monday, we will have another expert coming on, Regina Bergman. Awesome queen. I know you're going to love her. I know you're going to love her. She's going to talk about basically money. I'm going to put that out there to let you think about. I'm not going to tell you how she's going to be talking about money, but that's going to be one of the things that's in her wheelhouse is money and helping small businesses, especially small businesses, get to, that one level to that 6-digit figure. And she coaches and she mentors and she consults, people in their business in that aspect. So with that, everybody, I just want to say again, I wish you well this Monday. Keep that smile, keep that happiness. Okay. You could choose that. I'm going to keep saying it. There's a reason why I keep repeating it. They said, being repetitive is you learn from being repetitive. So I'm going to keep saying you can choose to be happy. And what Marty said and what I said earlier, I know he was trying to say it, is from another friend of mine, a wonderful guru, sales guru too. His name is Shay Brown. He was on here a while ago. I interviewed him. And he always says, which I love, and I always repeat it, he says, collaboration kills competition. He says crush. I say kill. I don't want to crush it. I want to kill competition, because we shouldn't be doing all that. There's too many people in the world that you could reach, that each person could reach out to, and we can all do what we need to do as far as our businesses. So yes, collaboration crushes competition, but I say it kills competition in a sense. So let's help each other, come together, learn from each other, grow from each other. And guess what? We can all get to that same level of what we're trying to do in life if we just work together. With that said, I will see you tomorrow. We have the BB show on tomorrow. Me and Barbara Ellis, we are coming on. Time to shine happiness. See, a happiness again. My sidekick, I always call her, we're the BBs because we're both Barbara. She always says she wants, her biggest mission is to make happiness the norm. She wants to make happiness the norm in life. And I love her mission. And I'm always going to recite that for her, because it does need to be that. So we will see you tomorrow morning. Again, we're off, and have a wonderful Monday.